Hello and welcome to Control Alt Wow, the podcast for those of us who love virtual reality and love playing many alts. I'm AprilPvd and I stream on twitch.tv/AprilPvd. And today we're going to talk about my week in virtual reality. This is episode 796, entitled Fear. Oh my goodness. This is so silly, but since joining Skyland, Skyland is the new patch for Zenith, the last city. And there's something about being in Skyland that has been terrifying me. And it's dropping off of the higher buildings. Now, I've been doing this. I talked about this last week. I've been doing this forever. I did wingsuit. I did the roller coasters. I've done so many things in virtual reality where I jump off of things. But this whole feeling, maybe it's the upgrade in the graphics, but all of a sudden my stomach goes woogie. There's this high place where it is part of the quest to jump off. And I look down and I think, no, I cannot do that. I have to do it, I know. I will do it eventually, but this whole area has given me the woogies. Is anyone else experiencing this? Is anyone else going through fear from jumping? Eventually I managed to do it, and I just push myself. But when I start, it's very hard. So just to let you know, this is going to be stuff I've done in Zenith from week May 17th, 2023. I hope you enjoy my virtual journey. I gotta get over this whole stupid jumping thing. Oh, I can't. This is jumping onto this pedestal. What am I gonna do? Okay, Joy Boy.
It'll spawn for you like 2 seconds after I cut mine.
But it won't be sparkly.
Yeah, it will. This one's always sparkly. They're set spawns.
But you saw me in front of it. You did. It's not okay. I forgive you.
It's okay.
It's not okay. I was in front of the tree and you came up and started chopping. There is no joy in Joy Boy. Feeding the mountain pylon. This thing wants a lot of sky seeds, regular and dewy ones, and this is what sends me on my adventure to make dewy sky seeds. But first, I have to jump down in increments. This fear thing is driving me crazy.
Easy money.
Oh, wow. You got the pet. Good job.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
Now, how do you destroy these pylons?
Just hit them fast.
Oh, okay.
But the thing is, see, you're a blade master.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard. You may have to just throw your swords at it. But I wouldn't do it alone because you can't do enough damage fast enough.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's good to go with a ninja, Ninja Turtles or Mage or something.
Okay.
And just hit the base. Don't hit the top part. Just hit the base.
Okay, I'll have to try it next time. Thrash.
Yeah, well, they'll spawn in 30 seconds. So
are you going to do
wait.
it? Okay.
Yeah. It's really easy.
Because I actually tried hitting the base and nothing happened. I'm streaming, by the way, but nobody's watching.
Oh, you're streaming?
Yeah. Oh, hi, Joy Boy. We meet again.
Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Hey, what's that?
I love that mask.
Where'd you
don't
get
like
that
it.
mask? That's far out. Where is it from?
It's the level 47 dungeon, like for the Marks of Thaddeus.
Yeah.
So you say hit. Oops. The heck? All of a sudden, I can't get my.
I have not been able to melee this thing at all.
Just throw your swords.
Yeah, there
just
you
so
go.
do any kind of damage at all. You'll get credit. I'll do the damage. You just hit it.
Okay. That's what she said.
That's right. She said, "You just find the spot there, buddy."
I'm sorry. I hope I didn't offend anybody.
Typical man. I'm a bad shot. I don't know. Come on over here.
Okay.
Come on, I got one more.
Oh, okay. Wait. Oh, shoot. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yep.
So you don't even have to hit the guys?
No, not at all. Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
I'm sure. And then we got another 4 minutes, and then the next one starts, I guess.
Are you guys just gonna farm this over and over?
Well, I need
I
Sky
need
Seed.
Yeah.
So
we
do you
need,
guys know the thing about getting your crafting mastery skill up?
what do you mean?
So if you craft 50 items, get to 3 stars, it cuts your resource requirement in half. So to craft
wow.
Dewy Sky Seeds, I only need 50 Sky
Oh,
Seeds to
you're
make
kidding.
100
You're kidding.
Dewy Sky Seeds. Nope. So I literally just crafted like the
Okay,
cheapest
alright.
boots over and over again.
and over again,
And
right.
Does it have to be in Skyland, or can it be the other ones on the mainland?
it has to be here. It has to be like with the hammer.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
hold on
okay.
1 second. I have to take the curse off that I put on you for stealing the tree. I'm so sorry. Okay, remove it. Now your genitals will grow to full size again. Okay.
Ah, there you go. Whoa, 25
guys been-
seconds.
Have you guys been able to craft the power items at all? Every time I make
Not
one, it
yet.
doesn't show up
I-
in my inventory.
Oh,
Oh,
it
doesn't?
doesn't. It doesn't. You have to go to your house. And then it's you go to build. And when you go to build, and then it's there.
And then I have
Okay.
to
Put it in your house.
grab it.
You
Well,
switch to
then
build.
how do I
When you get
equip
to your
it?
house, go to switch to build.
Build and then
Then
go
I
to
put it in my
power.
inventory.
And then it goes to you leave it in your
It- it-
house.
Oh!
And then all of your characters can use it.
Oh, that's sweet. Because I heard someone made 2 movement speeds, and it was just like they're crazy fast.
Oh, wow. Somebody destroyed the other one already.
Oh,
Darn.
darn. Oh, so
That's
we didn't
okay.
get.
You only missed out on one little dewdrop. Oh, and also
get
the
the star
sparkling
seed?
trees give you a sky seed.
Sometimes, not
Oh,
always.
yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
I think it does every time for me, at least. What's my harvesting at?
Well, you're special.
Gathering? No, harvesting. Yeah, I have 2 star of each thing.
Oh, do you? I should have that. Let me see.
You
what I
get
got.
more resources the higher skill it is.
Yeah, I've got 2 for mining and 1 for axe. So I need to do more.
Yes. And then
It's
crafting.
kind of annoying that they only spawn once
Look at
a
the
day.
crafting. It tells you what you have and what you can make right here in
I
crafting.
know.
Well, now that I know, I just have to go to my house to get those power items.
Yeah.
I'm to craft a second attack and a second movement speed.
I'm glad you told. That means I've got to go back and craft a whole bunch of crap. I've
Literally just craft the cheapest boots over and over again, and that's just how I did it.
And those are just like probably regular.
So it's 60 wood and 30 ore.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool
okay.
beans.
And you have to do that times 50. Oh, God.
It only took me it didn't take me too long.
But you're
That's not
building
bad.
up
It's mostly just
muscles.
gathering the resources to do.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. So I'm going to go hit the other
Oh, wait,
one.
he's
just so I
over
don't
there.
miss
He's
out.
over there. He's doing it. Let's do it.
Yeah. That's why I'm going to hit the other one. I already got a hit on that one.
What happened?
Okay, I'm going to go down and
killed it.
craft the hell out of those low-level ones. Well, let's see. I should do one more. I'll do one more, and then I'll go down.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
I
hit
think
them,
I
so I didn't
spent,
get
I don't know,
credit.
half an hour maybe walking around this entire zone, getting every tree and rock.
It's very satisfying
Yeah, that's-
chopping down trees.
But
I
let's
like-
see,
I like it.
today I got, let's see, general. I got about 1,000 wood.
Oh, wow.
That's what she said.
That's a lot. My God.
I think I went through like 1,800 or so crafting 50. I don't know. I guess
Oh,
whatever
really?
60 times 50 is.
And that's
So,
just regular wood, right?
have you
Yeah, just
noticed
regular wood.
the graphic upgrade?
So I-
Because I used to could jump off any building and not have any problem, but now when I have to jump and land on those aqua spheres, all of a sudden it
Yeah.
gets woogie in my stomach because it's so. This
Oh,
is so
does
much
it
more-
really?
Yeah.
I should hook my Quest up to my PC and run it with the high graphics.
That would
Yeah,
be
that's
nice.
that's what I'm doing, and it's really because I'm streaming.
Yeah,
It's
I remember the
really nice.
water and just the grass and everything was a huge difference. And then I heard they added, made the graphics better in this update. So I bet they.
Yeah, I've got a Mac, so I totally suck.
No, I have a Mac. You don't suck. You know what I did for the longest time when I
Can you
before
do
I
it
got my
with-
PC? If you have a shadow PC, I did shadow PC for the. Oh shoot! How come?
Oh, I have. You mean boot camp?
Yeah, you can do it with boot camp. I'm not making enough damage. It's not starting for me. Maybe if I kill one of these guys. Okay, now it started. All right.
Got it? Hit it. I saved it so you could hit it.
Thank you, but it's not.
Throw your sword. Throw your sword. There you go. Throw it. That should do it. There you go.
I got 0 items, but I got the star seed, so that's all that matters. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go craft too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go cut trees down. Now you motivated me.
Yes. Thanks.
All right.
So this chance meeting of Joy Boy started me on my journey to crafting. I learned so much from him, and it was nice that he learned from me as well. So now I began going out and leveling my... Well, first I had to get materials. So I went out hardcore mining. Come on, I dare you. I cutting down trees. But I also learned to level my crafting, and it enabled me to get my I love that leveling of crafting to the point where I only needed 50 sky seeds to make 100 dewy sky seeds. So my crafting was at tier 2, which meant to make 100 dewy sky seeds, I needed 66 sky seeds. But I also knew that if I got my crafting to tier 3, I would only need 50 sky seeds. And I already had 56 sky seeds. So I had to make a decision. Should I go around looking for more shinies and completing more quests to try to get more sky seeds? Or should I try to get my crafting up to tier 3? Originally, I had thought that tier 3 was going to be 60 crafting, and I was at 40 something. But I said, okay, let me just chug through it. So here I am making gear, and this was kind of a difficult decision for me because I really wanted to do the common, which was the lower level. But because I had been looking for so many shiny trees, I had more of the glinting wood and more of the glinting ore, because I was looking for shiny nodes and shiny trees. Then I had regular ore. So I had enough to make the uncommon gear. I was kind of worried because I thought it might be a I was wasting glinting ore, but I trucked through it. So after crafting this, I noticed I was at 45 items crafted. I'm thinking I have 15 more items to go. So I decided to go out and get some more supplies and come right back and start crafting again. So this is where I noticed that there were levels to the pickaxe and the axe, and that I got into level 2, which was why I was now getting 33 pieces of wood and 33 pieces of ore. So that's interesting. So there's an advantage to leveling your skills. So I'm at 45, and I just decided that I'm going to just go through it. I'm just going to pound through it. I speeded this up because I didn't want to put you through the whole banging and banging. Although I found it very enjoyable. I'm getting some exercise. I actually feel like I am sitting here banging out these pieces of equipment, this piece of gear. I love the way it feels, and the idea is that the harder and more sure you strike, the better. And if you make all your strikes perfect, or as best as you can get better gear. So I'm going at it, I'm just pummeling through it, listening to the conversations around me, trying to ignore it. And I finally get through to this last piece, thinking, okay, I still need so many more to get to 60, because from my memory, the first was 10, the second was 30? I'm not sure. I have to go back and look now. And then look what happened. So now I can make my dewy sky seeds. I will get 100 for adding in 50 sky seeds. So I'm so glad I persevered and put in the work to make the 50 crafted items. These items I can now disenchant, I call it, and make enhancement dust for my for later on for my other gear. So I'm very excited by this. And I can finally complete the mountain pylon quest. So my next goal was to get 3 tiers in mine picking or pickaxing. And so I was very close, and so I went to do the event where you have to mine the mysterious ore to build the drilling rig, and you get points in your pickaxe life skills by doing these. I feel like it's cheating to use these to level my pickaxe up, but alright, so now I level 3. But it looks like there's 5 levels now. Because it looks... So I wonder if there's 5 levels for crafting. So once you get to tier 3 in mining, you get 36 ore out of each node. And it looks like from the pop-up that it was 3 out of 5. Wouldn't it be wonderful if it was 3 out of 5 for crafting as well? I'll have to look into it. This was exciting. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, and share. Zenith is an evolving and ever-changing world. After Joy Boy talked to me about the 50% material thing, I went crazy, and I'm very fortunate that I did, because not only did I get the sky seed that I needed, I got them at 50%. So instead of having having to gather 100 of the regular sky seeds and having to get 100 of the dewy sky seeds, I only had to do 50 sky seeds. And I also made my lights for my apartment that gave me extra speed. I made 2 of them, and then I logged off, and the next day it turned out that it was a mistake for the discount to be so deep. Instead of being 50% at 3, at the third, what am I thinking? At the third tier, it was supposed to be 85%. I'm pretty sure that what happened was there are going to be 5 tiers, and that at the 5th tier is probably 50%. And so they nerfed it. The outrage in the Facebook group was palpable. Which, I mean, I understand. I understand being upset. And I also understand why they reset it, because it was pretty easy. It was crazy to have 50%. So now when you go into crafting, and if you have 3 stars, it's 85%. So now when you go and look at the crafting, you can see the change. Instead of the 50%, it's ingredient requirement 85%, Zen requirement 70%, and resulting item level +4. So before it was 50, and everything else was the same, but the ingredient requirement is now 85%, which makes a lot of sense, but still, people were really upset. I'm just glad I got mine in, my 2 big items done. But now I'm making other items, and I realized on Saturday that I wanted my blue gear. I wanted to see, well, the blue gear, and this was interesting. I was making blue gear, and when I first started making them, they were item level 44. But after I made another set, I made another headgear, and it was item 45, item level 45. So I made a completely new set of all my gear, and each one was item level 45. One of the things I did, and I'm wondering if this might have had an effect, is that I'm very careful with my hammering, and I noticed that if you are precise, you get a better quality. There's a number in the back of the machine that goes up the better you concentrate on hitting it. And I kind of like that, because it's so much better than just clicking a button. You are actually manufacturing this gear. So I went in and I did all my gear over, and then I took the gear to a enhancement place and I buffed them all up to the highest level. Now, all of my epic gear was from Marks of Ancients, from running the leveling roulette, and they were all purple or pink, depending on your color spectrum. And I gave them all the enhancements, and they were all +10. But when I went to buff the blue gear, which is rare instead of epic, it would only go up to +8. And it was neat because I had gotten all this gear from questing, and so I had a lot of dust, had a lot of basic dust, I had a lot of the green dust. The purple dust only comes into play at 9 and 10. So even though I had some of that, I didn't have to use it. So I was very pleased with buffing them. And then I put them on and I compared my numbers. And the first thing I noticed is that my average item level went from 42 to 45. One of the things that separated me from the Uber people in World of Warcraft was that I really didn't study a lot. I didn't want this game to be a job. So I don't really understand a lot about the different gears and what they give you and the different advantages. But I'm just going to run down my comparison of the two sets of gear. So now my original gear, average level 42. And I'm just going to tell you the differences. I'm going to call it the old gear. The attack was 168 and it went down to 118 on the blue gear. The health was 4428 and it went down to 3128 on the blue gear. The constitution, which is that little shield thingy, was 432 on my on the old gear, and the blue gear it was 406. So I'm like, okay, but the item level isn't. Anyways, let's go on. The affinity, the little brain thingy, was 130 on my old gear and 116 on my new gear. So I'm like, maybe it's not as good, but it's. Then we have health. My health on my old gear, and of course, maybe this is the extra 2 steps of buffing. I don't think I put orbs on any. I might have put orbs on my chest. Maybe that has something to do with it. And I thought about risking orbs on the new gear, but we'll see. So the health went down. It was 4,428 on my old gear, and it's 3,128 on the new gear. And the stamina, which was interesting, is 19 on my old gear and 20 on the new gear. So there's something on that gear that's increasing my stamina. And then the crit chance is 15 on my old gear, 14 on the new gear. But here's the really interesting thing is that the armor did go up. It was 1310 on my old gear, and it went up to 2617 on the new gear, which is pretty amazing. That's like twice the shield or the armor. So at least there's that. And the mana on the old gear was 51. The mana on the new gear is 50. And the AP or the ability power was 730 on the old gear and 640 on the new gear. So, I don't know. I went back to wearing the old gear. I am so cosmetic out that you can't even tell the difference when I'm wearing one or the other. I should take off the cosmetics just to see what the new gear looks like. Maybe it might be cuter than what I'm wearing, but if you look in the show notes, you'll see my little outfit is so adorable. So that was fun on Saturday. On Sunday, I joined United Zenithian Alliance, and I'll put a show notes to I'll put a link in the show notes to their Discord. But they every week, just about, they do something fun. I have joined them before for cosmetic runs. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're responsible for a large amount of my cosmetic gear. They are a really good group of people, and this time we were doing Skyland, and we did Skyland events to get the seeds and the all the things that you need to make stuff, and in Skyland, the dewdrops and what else? The nuggets. So I put a picture in the show notes. We were a large group running around and going from event to event. They did a good job on organizing us and helping people who didn't have the flight path. At one point, I decided to jump onto my Steam account because they are the two main characters on my Steam account, because I am an alcoholic. They're not max level. One of them has one max level role, but they still haven't completed their agent rank, and they're my poor relations. So I got on them, and at first I got on with my new cyber ninja, and my cyber ninja went from 8 to like 14 doing all these events with this group, and then I got on my other tunes. It was a lot of fun. The group was really great. I learned a lot about the spears. The spheres, what are they called? They're beacons. There's one event up on the mountain where you have to attack these beacons. But if you're a blade master, I think I talked about it last week, and I was doing it with Joy Boy earlier in the podcast. But they were great, and it was madness, and the server didn't crash, although some people did get kicked, but I didn't. And on Monday, I did some multi-boxing, which was crazy. What I wanted to do, I had a few extra supplies on my Blade Master, on my Oculus account, and I wanted to do some farming on my Steam account. And so I went to I think I went to a low pop shard, and I started up I paid for the farm, because you have to pay the farm thing. Speaking of paying the farm, did I talk about, I don't think I talked about it back. I skipped all over it. I did farming with Marita on Wednesday. So it's interesting because you use your material to start the farm up, because somebody has to put in so many nuggets and so many, I think is it ore or wood, so much wood to build the machinery, and then you put in fertilizer and nuggets to start the individual plots. There's the carrot plot, which I thought, why would you want to pay for carrots when you could go to Galleon Valley? But I did go to Galleon Valley this week, and I couldn't find any carrots. So, yeah, that's something. And you can do eggplants and peppers and cabbage, which all three of those you need to complete the quest for Brim. So that would be a nice event to do, to do harvesting. Because what happens is, once you start the farm or start any of the individual, I want to call them greenhouses, they start the individual vegetables spawn and random spots in the individual trays, and anybody can grab them. So it's kind of weird, but it's kind of interesting, which is why when Marito and I did it, we went to a low pop server. So that was fun. Thanks, Marito. I got a lot of vegetables during that. And then there was some glitches, some weird glitches yesterday. One of them was that when you went to chop or mine, you would turn. And I thought it was something I was subconsciously like pressing the wrong button on my controller, but you would just randomly turn, and it was very annoying, especially when you're trying to chop a tree. Then the other one was ridiculous. The loot balls that you would get from killing mobs would, if you didn't grab it right away, you could accidentally push it away, and then it would start floating. watch my loot just go up in the sky. That's my nuggets. I need that ore. It was crazy. And while I was playing, Marito jumped into my chat and he said he's taking a break. So I want to give a shout out to Marito. I'm going to miss you, but I can understand. I spend anywhere from 2 hours minimum to sometimes upward of 5 hours a day playing Zenith. And I can see that this would be something that would be prohibitive if you are in school, especially now. I think there's a lot of finals going on, or if you have a job, or if you have, people in your life that you want to spend time with. The only person I have to spend time with is my dog, and I do that. I manage. Her biggest thing now is she likes, well, it's always been, especially in good weather, is that she likes to sit on the balcony. So I've done that a couple of times today, and we take one really long walk in the morning. We walked for about an hour and a half this morning, and then we took another walk a little while ago. So I can understand, Marita. Shout out to you, and I hope you enjoy your break. And the other thing I did was I worked on my apartment today. I did it mainly for, because I wanted to, but I actually had been neglecting my apartment. And I have noticed that on the Quest platform, when I go in, it looks like a garage, an empty. There's nothing there. I had to go into PCVR to actually get into it, but I went in because someone on Facebook was talking about. Well, the conversation got started because someone asked, "Do I have to keep the pets in my inventory, or can I sell them?" And I chimed in that I actually ended up selling my pets because I needed the money to buy my apartment, and that sparked a whole bunch of conversations because someone actually said, "Apartments? You can have apartments?" Yes, you can have apartments in Zenith. And it is wonderful. You go to the Nexus and you spend $5,000 and you buy your home. And then there are different levels. And the maximum level, which I still haven't been able to afford, I'm still so short, it's $2 million. And I have $1,300,000 to $400,000, depending on how much money I've spent making stuff, because you spend money on Zen when you make stuff, and you spend money on Zen when you upgrade your gear, which I spent a bunch upgrading my gear, my blue gear. So the person said, "Oh, you have an apartment?" And someone else chimed in and said, "Well, I've been making a power item for my apartment, and I can't place it there. Every time I place it, there's a little red box around it." And so I went in to explain that you have so many PowerPoints, and I'll put a screenshot in the show notes, but I made a little video for him showing him what the PowerPoints were about, and what you have to do to actually insert your utility things. Some people thought it would be in your inventory, and you would take it out and place it in your house, but you have to go into build mode. And this person actually knew this much, and you had to select power from that, and then you placed it from that menu. So you have to go into assets and under power. But if you look on your palette, under tools, it tells you how many utility points you have. And your utility points are based on the number of rooms you have. I'm really interested in finding out how many more. If you have 2 million, if you have the whole apartment, let me know how many utility points you have. But I have 7 because I have every room except for the $2 million room. which is very frustrating. So I only have 7 utility points, and I have 2 of the faster speed buff lights, and they each, if you point at them, it shows it. I put a screenshot in the show notes. They each take up 3 utility points. So I have 2 lights and a bowl of dumplings, because that only takes 1 light. So I went in to do that, and once I got in, I was like looking at all of my things that I had, and I was very I got gung-ho because I got motivated by the glitch that showed me the apartment without anything in it. And I said, I'm going to take out the floors, and I'm going to take out the ceilings. I'm going to make one part of my apartment to look just like the garage, like the empty part. Well, I started to do that, but then what I ended up doing was making an interesting patio. And I took out the floor, and one of the things I did for my bedroom was I took the floorboards and put it in the ceiling. So now the ceiling, it looks kind of rustic in the bedroom. You can see it in the screenshot in the show notes, which can be found at CtrlAltWow.com, which is forwarded to CtrlAltWow.blogspot.com. And so I made this like little patio area because I didn't need another room. And I think I did a good job. I put screenshots of all my rooms, and I have a little dining area. I have a little lobby, and I have a what I call my bar area. It has like a little bar thing around it. But I think I'm going to move my bar thing over to part of the lobby, and I'm going to make another bedroom. And I was looking at Marito's apartment, and he has hallways, and I like the idea of hallways. So I'm going to make it look like a bed and breakfast or a hotel or something. So that was exciting. That's what I ended up doing today. And I really love having an apartment. Now, the other thing I've been doing this week, and I put a link to my YouTube channel that I did on it, YouTube video I did on HoloFit. And I really have been enjoying HoloFit. It is my go-to exercise. And it's the one thing that I will do that pay a subscription for, because it is really worth it. It gives you a lot of variety and a lot of exercise, and I have fun with it. And I also went into Sports Scramble today, and I played some baseball, and that felt really good. I really like the way it feels, the crack of the bat, and the pitching is really nice. And last but not least, I played a lot of I play Pokemon every day, and I finally got a Shandu. Well, it turns out I had a Shandu. I found out what it was, and I never ever appraised my pets, so I may have gotten a Shandu before and gave it away. But yeah, so now I'll put a picture of that in the screenshot in the show notes. So I'm having a lot of fun. I'm jumping between my Oculus characters, and I'm playing more of my Steam characters, but both of them are a lot of fun, and I'm taking what I've gotten from my older characters and applying them to the new characters, and I am still having a little problem with the fear factor, as it were. But I'm trying. And it's a testament to how well the graphics are in Zenith and the graphics in the game overall. Let's talk about my path to VR, or my VR history, because there's some relevant news. There's an article today about the fact that Oculus has taken away the PC VR Oculus Home. Well, it's actually the Rift Home, and I'm kind of sad about it, but I understand, and the fact that I've only visited my Oculus Home maybe 4 times in the last year, and most of all just for 5 minutes at a time. When it first started with the Rift, when you logged in, you were in a home. And then in the home, you could access a bar that would give you different menus. You had a menu for the store, a menu to look at your library. But the home, oh my God, it was really, really nice. And it was supposed to be something that other people could visit. If you're familiar at all with the Quest Home, this was based on that, except it was highly customizable. You could, I'm trying to figure out, how did you purchase stuff? I don't think you spent money, but I think there were so many points you could have, and as you played more, you got credit to get stuff. And it got, well, I'm going to put some screenshots if I can find some. Do I have any? I have to have some somewhere. The room itself, or the house itself, was facing a open bay, and you would look out and you could customize what you would see. You could make it a countryside, or you could make it, which I chose, a cyber city. And you were up high and you could look all the way down. And the cyber city, it looked a lot like, if you ever seen the movie Dark City, it looked like that. There were cars and ramps, and it was very dark and steampunkish, at least the one I used. But you could change it to something bright. And the furniture was amazing. Couches, chairs, tables, aquariums. They came in with these aquariums that had little sprites in them that you could, oh my God, it was so amazing and so beautiful. I just remembered that mine had so much stuff in it that it overwhelmed me. The movement was, teleporting, that's what it's called. And if you didn't have a really good computer, the movement was clunky. Later on, they brought in a way for you to look at things. It was amazing. There was like a machine, not a pinball machine, arcade machine that you could stream to. And, it was really a good and fun, exciting jump-off point. And I'm kind of sad that they have eliminated it. I didn't even try to go to mine today. Maybe I'll do that, and I'll let you know next week. But I just want to say goodbye to my Oculus Home. They call it the Oculus Home on the PC VR now, but it really was the Rift Home, which is very confusing. But yeah, that was my big thing in history and my experience in VR. So many good memories, so many good things. So this has been my virtual life this week. I am AprilPvd. You can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram as AprilPvd. And you can write me at controlaltwow@gmail.com. Thanks for your patience and in my little experiment in virtual reality. And for those of you who were looking for WoW, please check out WoW Challenges. They do a great job, and they have a great show on Saturday nights. And yeah, life is good. My virtual life is good. And I hope yours is too.